Schizophrenic Beauty. When King Stephen and Queen Leia proclaim the birth of their child Aurora, everyone in the kingdom is thrilled. They announce a huge gathering, with the entire population present, which includes the jealous Duchess Maleficent, who has tried to overthrow the king and queen numerous times and suffers from bipolar disorder. Everyone is having a wonderful time, but during the festivities, Maleficent approaches the family and instead of blessing the baby, catches the attention of all of the populace by manically declaring that, before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, she will face my dagger and fall into a sleep like death, a sleep from which she will never awaken. A severely paranoid King Stephen, who has hid his extreme paranoia from his wife, is highly disturbed by this, and in a fit of rage and fury, has Maleficent institutionalized. Meanwhile, in his fear, he has everything and anything that could stab the princess burned, and ultimately destroyed. He and his wife decide to send Aurora to a cottage in the country, with a nanny to care for her until it is safe for her to return.
16 years later, Princess Aurora has developed schizophrenia. She talks to animals, imagines men at every turn who are her true love, and is extremely paranoid that someone is either after her or following her. Part of her hallucinations include 3 fairies, Fauna, Flora, and Merryweather, who are good and have blessed her with her grace, beauty, and protection. Aurora believes that her nanny is actually these 3 fairies guiding her. As the time gets nearer to the day when she can return home, Aurora bumps into psychologist Phillip in the woods, who has been invited to the kingdom in order to aid the princess when she returns to society. Not knowing she is the princess, he decides to treat her before he returns home to comfort the arriving princess. Meanwhile, Maleficent has been released from her mental institution and has hidden herself for years in a depressive state, lonely and suicidal and with hatred burning in her heart. She resolves to never leave her lair again until she realizes that the 16th birthday of the cursed princess is nearing. A manic stage appears again, this time long-lasting and intense, triggering a crazy mania-driven Maleficent, who decides to murder the princess to at long last get her throne. While Maleficent plots, psychologist Phillip has treated Aurora relatively well with a combination of medication and talk therapy. He has an eclectic approach to therapy, using a combination of techniques to aid her. He especially focuses on active listening. But when Aurora is whisked away by her family to return to the castle, she does not get the chance to say goodbye, and he panics, fearing the worst has happened to her.
At her return, Maleficent decides to take advantage of the moment, sneaks into the castle and locks the princess in a room. As she mentally toys with her, Aurora believes herself to be surrounded by Maleficent's men, when in reality she is all alone. When Maleficent shoves her, Aurora hallucinates that she is being stabbed by a knife, when really she is cut by her mother's spinning wheel. Psychologist Phillip, on his return to the castle, discovers the princess and, in horror, tells the family what became of her. After her father refuses to believe she is schizophrenic, due to his belief perseverance that his precious daughter is normal, Phillip decides to go after whoever tried to hurt her, and realizes he has fallen in love with her. Meanwhile, Aurora has entered into a state of catatonia, due to the utter shock of the situation, and is in a coma. Maleficent, still in her manic phase, runs back to her lair, manically exhilarated and nearing psychosis. When psychologist Phillip confronts her, Maleficent and Phillip battle in the woods, where a poisonous snake appears. Terrified, Phillip pulls back, and Maleficent attempts to throw the deadly snake in Phillip's path. She is accidentally bitten and dies. Phillip returns and kisses his sleeping beauty, who wakes up from her catatonia and is taken back to her cottage home to live a more peaceful life with Phillip, who declares he will dedicate his life to helping the woman he loves. The king decides to pursue therapy for his paranoia. Back home, Aurora believes that instead of a snake, Maleficent turned into a deadly dragon, and that Phillip, her prince, has saved her by killing the evil sorceress. Phillip does not break her delusion and lets her believe that he is her prince. They marry and live happily ever after. While Prince Phillip watches over her, Aurora turns to smile back at the 3 fairies, still very alive in her mind.